Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about 4 things that I've learned from a fellow YouTuber that I feel for me and for many of us could be life transforming. Let me get started. Some of you already know about this sweet young lady that recently passed away. It's a fellow YouTuber that many of you know about, and I've actually had some of you reach out to me about. Her name is Andrea Mills. She recently passed away. She was a mother of 9 children, left behind 9 children and a wonderful husband named Tom. They have their own YouTube channel. They own a family business, and she was also with child at the time that she passed. It was something that came up all of a sudden. It was something that was not expected, and I wish that I would have followed her YouTube channel and her journey even before all of this, because her YouTube channel has a lot of really good information and seems like a wonderful family channel. So several of you reached out to me and asked me to please send my prayers and well wishes to the family, and I've seen many lovely tributes. Well, because of all of this, many of her videos have been popping up on my feed, so I've been watching her, and I recently watched a Q&A that she did, and for some reason, some of it just really hit home. I know some of these things we've touched on before, but I really felt like, you know what, this is a sweet lady who loves her children, loves her family. All she's ever wanted in life was to get married and have children and just spend time with her family. That's all she ever wanted, just something very simple that would bring her joy. And the 4 things that I learned from her I feel are very worthwhile. Let me get started and tell you what they are. Number 1, and I know this one seems obvious, you know, one of the questions was, Andrea, you always seem like you're in a good mood. Are you always in a great mood? She said that she isn't always in a good mood and that it's okay to have a bad day. She allowed herself to have those bad feelings or maybe be grumpy a little bit, but to move on. So she gave herself permission. That's number 1. And now I know I've spoken about that one before, but I felt it was really positive for me to be validated and feel that. Number 2, this is one that I learned from her that I don't ever think about, because I can tend to be reactionary and sometimes in my mind replay negative thoughts and blow it out of proportion. Andrea, I could tell, was a much more calm and level-headed person than I am. But she said, if you're having a bad day or you're upset, she says, stop and think to yourself, remember, the bad feelings or angry feelings or whatever negative feelings you're having right then, the worry, the hurt, whatever you're feeling that's not a good feeling, remember, this is just a time. You're not always going to feel this way. An hour from now, 3 hours from now, you might be doing great. Or maybe it even takes a couple days, but however you're feeling now, feelings come and go. You won't feel like this 2 days from now. For some reason, that really resonated with me, and it got me thinking that next time I really get upset, I'm going to think about Andrea, and I'm going to think about, okay, Dawn, you're upset right now, but this is just a moment in time. Number 3, the other thing is whenever she is upset, and I know I told you guys I react sometimes rather than think things through, she sounded like she was not someone that reacted. She would take a deep breath, and she would say, okay, instead of reacting or getting all upset and just acting out in my feelings, which I sometimes do, she calms down and she asked herself, is there a small, actionable step I can take right now to improve this situation? Is there anything that I can do right now? If there was, she would do it. If there really wasn't, it was something that was out of her control, she just would take a deep breath and just think about, you know what, this is a time, let's just see what happens and be calm about it. Last but not least, sometimes she even said that she had kids that, you know, might be worried about the first day of school or something of that nature, or be upset about something or worried about something. And one of the things that she always did was she would ask them and ask herself, what's the worst thing that could happen? She said many times what we do is we shove feelings under the rug and we just want them to go away. She says sometimes what helps is if we walk through our fears, face our fears and walk through them and ask ourselves, what's the worst thing that could happen? Because I know myself, I don't like to feel any negative feelings or any kind of worry. So many times I try to cover it up by going to watch something funny or get my mind off it. Well, that's not what Andrea did. Andrea would force herself to face the situation and go through and walk through that fear and realize it wasn't so bad after all. So these are the 4 things I learned from Andrea. I hope that you would go to her page, maybe send out a prayer or well wishes to them and her family. Her name is Andrea Mills. I'm going to link her below. I just really loved that particular video she did, the Q&A, and I felt like it really blessed me. And I hope that her videos bless you as well. This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.